guys, I'm back again to share yet another new rig with you. I've been on this RC buying spree lately, and I just seem like I keep finding deals and picking up stuff that I've always wanted. And that is definitely the case with this one. I know I've got crawlers that are more capable and some that are better looking, but I've just always really been interested in the HPI Wheelie King / Crawler King platform, and I finally found one. I got this brand new sealed in the box off eBay for $140 plus whatever the shipping was. I think it was like $168 altogether or something, which to me just seems like a smoking deal for a brand new Crawler King. I couldn't pass it up, so here it sits. Now it's got the discontinued Jeep Rubicon body. I'm not a Jeep guy. It does look cool on there, but I'm probably going to swap that body out and put the Ford Bronco body on because that's always been the body that I like the best. And this one being discontinued, it might be worth a few bucks someday, so it might be worth it to shelf it and hold on to it. Get that off there. My camera's not that great, so you probably can't see many details. The chassis, it kind of neat looking. It definitely has flex. I mean, it's capable as far as the articulation goes. It's got a 55 turn motor and a typical brush speed control, but that is not a crawler specific brush speed control. It doesn't have the drag brake that you want in a rock crawler. You can't do that with any of the axial rigs or the Red Cat crawlers. It just free rolls too easily, and that is the main issue I found with it that I have to address. Another small issue I got, which I was surprised by when I took it out of the box, it has a 27 megahertz radio with a fishing pole antenna and crystals. I almost laughed to myself when I pulled it. I haven't seen one of them in, well, it seems like a long time. I know it hasn't really been that long, but I thought it was funny that it came with that. It came with a pretty thick manual. Does it have full assembly in there? Yeah, looks like it tells you how to assemble every part of the truck, and that's cool. It came with an extra set of body posts. Those will probably come in handy for my Bronco body. All kinds of hardware in that bag. Screws and body clips and drive pins, nuts, your typical tools, your little 4-way wrench and 3 Allen wrenches. This bag here I thought was pretty cool. There is, I'm trying to make it so you can see that shit. There's a full set of 12mm hexes in there. They're probably a little bit wider than what's on the truck. I'm not sure. Haven't had the wheels off it yet. There's a couple extra drive shaft cups. There's some shock spacers. The clip-on shock spacers, like so many ready-to-runs come with. But there's also a full set of bigger hexes in there. I'm not sure if those, I think they're 14mm, they're Revo size. I don't think they're the big 17mm kind. I'll have to compare them to something though. But that's pretty cool. If you're a guy like me that's got a lot of crap and a lot of parts, it'll be nice to add that stuff to my parts bin. Matter of fact, the 12mm hexes I think I need right now for an HPI Blitz scratch build project that I've been working on. Well, the first thing I had to address was the big fishing pole antenna. That's gone. I used one of my extra receivers for my Fly Sky Red Eye 3. I put that in there and I drove around the house a little bit before the crappy battery that I had laying here died on me. Let's see, what else about this chassis? It's got a pretty cool front load battery compartment. I mean, you can't put a big thick LiPo in there, but it'll take the hard case LiPo with no problems, I think. It's got the damn Tamiya plug. I'll be glad when those things are a thing of the past. Let's see. So the front mount battery, that's cool for weight distribution. But then they did that for weight distribution, and then for some reason, I don't know who the fuck thought it was a good idea, but they put the servo way up here in the back of the chassis, and there's a linkage that runs from here down to a big, what looks like a two-armed servo horn. That sucker's like 3.5 inches long. The servo actuates that, which actuates another rod, which is probably 8 or 9 inches, which goes to the front of the truck, where there's an angled linkage here that actually actuates your steering. The steering is a normal setup on the axle, but man, that seems like a long way to go and a way more complicated way to make it than it needed to be. And it's minor. It'll probably work fine. The only thing I can think of is if that servo horn looking thing there is a soft material, that might need to be upgraded to an alloy piece. The first link feels like plastic. The longer one is metal, but the end is kind of rubbery, so that may need some attention too. We'll see. I'll run it the way it is. I'm probably going to pick up an axial speed control for it so it has better drag brake, so it won't do that as much when it's got a battery in it. Other than that, I really like this truck. I'm really glad I finally got one. I'll get a running video as soon as I get a chance. Have a nice day.